Hi guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, or I should say welcome to my YouTube channel. This is basically my first actual video, and yeah. So today what we're gonna do is a simple everyday glam, I guess. So this is everything that I use whenever I do my makeup. Okay, so the first thing I usually start with is lip balm, and this is the Vaseline Lip Therapy Lip Balm. So after the lip balm, my second step is usually skincare, and I focus a lot of my energy on skincare when I'm doing my makeup because a good makeup look really comes from good skin, and your makeup is only going to look as good as your skin. So first step to my skincare routine is toner, and I use this Ole Henriksen dark spot toner because it does help with dark spots and also hyperpigmentation. So I'm gonna use a cotton pad. So the next step is gonna be serums, and I usually use this Ordinary hyaluronic acid serum, and then I use a Truth serum by Ole Henriksen. And then I use a jade roller just to make my cheekbones kind of pop a little bit more. Using the jade roller usually helps my skin look a lot more glowy. So the next step is using a moisturizer, and usually I just mix in a kind of a liquid highlighter or any kind of dewy drops into my moisturizer. So today I'm using the Marc Jacobs Do You Dewdrops in the shade 50. This is the coconut gel highlighter. I'm only gonna do like one, like barely even one. Okay, like that is all you need. Okay, you do not need more than that. This is very pigmented. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but it left a really natural glow on my skin. And that is what you want when you're going for a really glowy, natural look, is to try to get your skin to look more glowy instead of just putting on a bunch of highlighter. So the next step is primer. Typically, I use a Summer Fridays mask as a primer because you can use it as a primer. So I'm not gonna use this today since I already applied it. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is probably one of the best primers I've used so far. Okay, so the next step is concealer. I'm using this Fenty Matchstick concealer in the shade Wheat. I usually apply this in the center of my face because that's usually where I like to highlight more. So now I'm using my ColourPop concealer. I don't know the shade of this one actually, but it's a really, really good corrector. And I just put some under my eye and around my mouth. The lighting is changing dramatically. I don't know what is going on. I'm going back in with the ColourPop concealer a little bit, and I'm gonna mix it with the Fenty concealer in the shade 260. I'm going back in with the matchstick that I used and I'm putting it on my chin and my upper lip. Now we're gonna do powder. So for powder, I typically use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Blondie. It's kind of a yellow tinted powder, so it's kind of like a banana powder. And translucents don't really look that great on my skin because it tends to make me look a little gray, and that's definitely not my goal. I press it into the skin. I don't really let it sit for too long. After powder, I usually just go into bronzer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. And it's in the shade N7, so classic tan. And it's a pretty good shade for bronzer for me personally because it's not too dark and it's a little bit more on the yellow orangey side. It's really subtle and nice and it's not too crazy. So for contour, I'm using a different color in the same brand. This one is in the shade W10, which is deep golden. And it's more of a contour shade. So this is a contouring brush called the Multitasker Contour Brush from Sephora. And I'm just gonna use it to contour my cheekbones a little bit. I'm taking a little bit of this bronzer and I'm putting it on my temples, my forehead, because we always want to, like, for some reason make our foreheads like smaller. I don't know why, but it's a look, and why not? Like, why not? I mean, I feel like my forehead is fine the way it is. But after bronzer, I usually take more powder, and I don't do a lot of this, by the way. And I just get some on my sponge, and I just carve out okay, and I just leave it there for like a little bit. So I'm gonna use this Tarte blush called Party. I actually had a blush palette from Tarte with like my most favorite blush colors, blush shades, and it fell and shattered into a million pieces. So that's life. I tend to kind of overdo it on blush, like I don't know why, but I like to put some on my nose, like on the tip of my nose, make my nose look a little bit pink. Kind of looks a little like sunburn, and a little on my chin. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to highlighter, and I'm just going to spray my face real quick. I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime in Coconut. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. I feel like highlighter always makes me look way older. I'm gonna do a dot on my nose, like that. I don't know if you can see them. And then a little like line right Wow, that looked crazy. So that's how I do that. And I'm gonna put a little in my inner corner. I'm gonna use this Morphe palette called Second Nature, the 3502 palette. It has a lot of neutrals. I'm thinking maybe this one. So we're gonna go out with this bronzy, like brown color. So that's usually what I do. And then I'm going to take a flatter brush, kind of like this. And I'm gonna go into the lightest shade, which is this one. And I'm just gonna put that on my lid. Now, if I wanted to add a shimmer to that, I would just take the same highlighter and put that right on the lid. This is definitely buildable. I just choose not to put on too much. So usually after that, I just add mascara and I'm good. My lashes are extremely long by themselves. Like, I don't know if you can see. My lashes are already like really long. So I don't add a lot of mascara. I'm gonna use the Roller Lash by Benefit. The last step is lips. By this time in my makeup routine, my lip balm is completely just over. It's done, it's gone, it's non-existent anymore. We're gonna do some lip liner and some lipstick and then we'll cry. For lip liner, I use this one, and this is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in the shade Spice Girl. Okay, so that is how I line my lips, and I'm gonna do a little bit of lipstick. So I'm using this NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Do Me Baby. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. It's really simple, like a daytime, simple daytime look if you don't want to go too crazy. This is perfect for that. It's starting to rain, so the sun is just gone, so I won't be able to use the sunlight right now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next